Hi guys, this is part one of our hammock suspension tutorial. First thing we're going to cover is the tree strap. We'll just take this off. First of all, why a tree strap? Well, if you put a piece of 2mm Amstel cord around the tree, this was brought up in a great book, The Ultimate Hang, and I shall put in some of the wording out of that because it breaks down very well. There's a layer underneath the bark of the tree that contains the vital sap that the tree lives with. People have this misconception that the living sap comes up through the centre of the trunk, and it doesn't. There's a membrane underneath here, and that's where it passes through. By putting a very fine cord through there and loading it, with a fat knacker like me, you're going to damage that, and you could do an awful lot of damage to the tree. So there's a minimum 25mm. We also do the 40mm straps, climbing tape, anything you've got, a bit of old seatbelt cut up, anything will do. But we're going to hang from these for a long time, so let's protect them, look after them, and the next time we come back we'll be able to use them again. I'm using a Dutch clip. And basically this passes around the tree and then you just hook it on over. Obviously you can see there's a sewn eye in this as well. You could just pass the cord straight through that, and that's what many people do. It's a little bit lighter than carrying these, but I just use these for ease of use. So for our first demonstration we'll do is tying the cord, as it were. So you have a piece of cord coming from your hammock and we're going to tie it off to this. So we've tied a loop in the end of our webbing. Ideally you would sew a loop in. The tree straps we sell have a loop sewn in each end, so you wouldn't have this issue. But because I use whoopee slings, I didn't bother with the loop in the end of mine. So we'll go around the tree twice. And then enjoy the Dutch hook, you can just pop it on. Now again, as I spoke about, this may not technically be the right way to use these, but I have been using them this way around for 6 or 7 months, and I've never had an issue, so I'm going to carry on using them in this direction. So you've got your loop, and then you have your cord come up from your hammock. Now we're using one of our the Silver Fox hammock chairs here, because obviously all our hammocks are set up, so for the demonstration it's obviously going to be a smaller hammock, but it's the same thing. So what we're looking for here is a good strong knot. There's plenty you can tie, there really is plenty you can tie. The personal favourite of mine, I think, is the event knot. You pass it through the loop, you place it on your hand, and you come over your hand creating a loop like this. You turn your hand over and you grab the bite through and pull that off. Now once that's cinched up tight, that isn't going to go anywhere, and it's quick release. However, just because we are loading it with our body weight, I always pop in a little half hitch there just to lock it off. But again, that half hitch is never going to load, so it's going to be dead easy to unpull. Just take the half hitch out, pull the slippery part, and that's it done. Obviously the disadvantage of using the cord is adjustment. You do actually have to untie the knot. You're going to have to shift around each end. A little bit of adjustment can be done by loosening your straps off and moving them up and down the tree. However, it is just as easy to tie the knot. That is the lightest way to go. Whoopee slings are light, webbing straps are light, but none of it is as light as a knot. The fact is you have to tie and untie a knot all the time. So that concludes part one. Join us in a minute and we'll do part two, which is going to be the cinch buckle method using the webbing straps. Catch you in a minute. Hi folks, welcome back to part two. This is going to be on our descender rings that we sell. Now these are welded 316 stainless steel rings, and they are rated at 1,000 kilos each. People have asked questions on other rings, people using descender rings that are rated at 350 kilos and have had issues with them. I've not had any reported issues with these. There's an awful lot out there. The only issue I'd ever had was with our old strap. I had 2 people tell me that it had snapped on them, one of which said that it had tied a knot in it, and obviously a knot's going to degrade it. The other one was obviously just look, we've actually upgraded our webbing now, just through the process of manufacture. We found the manufacturer in the UK, but the D-rings I've never had any trouble with. The cord on here is Samson Lash It. This is the 2.2mm. Has a 400-pound bacon tin if I'm not mistaken, and again I've never had any trouble with this using this method. If you wanted to, you could upgrade this and use the 764 Sam steel, and you get the same problem, the same outcome. So we covered putting the tree strap on the tree. I'm going to quickly show you how to attach the cinch buckle to your hammock. All we're going to do is we're going to create a lark's foot. So we place the hammock over the cord. You can't even see this, let me so you can see. Okay, so there's the cord, pops over the top of the hammock. Hold it on top, drop your rings through the loop, and let it cinch up tight. And that's it, that's all. That's exactly the same way we attach a whoopee sling. It's the same way your suspension will be attached to your woodsman hammock if you choose that, the standard suspension method. So the tree snaps attached to the tree. We take our cinch buckles, we feed the webbing through both, and then we open, we come over the first one we come to, and underneath the second, like so. What that creates is the buckle. Okay, now you can get in this and it won't move, for 6 or 7 hours, but in the middle of the night something will move and you'll descend at a great rate of knots to the floor. So good practice is always to put in a slippery half hitch. So you're literally just going to pull a bite through behind the buckles, pull it tight, and that way you're never going to have any issues. And make sure that let me pull this up close so you guys can see, to release it, just pinch the two apart and your webbing will come through. When you attach these to your hammock, they will come with almost like a prusik attachment. Make sure that the D part of the D-ring is on the cord and the flat part is on the webbing. That way you're going to put less stress on the webbing itself, and less stress on this piece here. So there you go. That is the adjustable ring method. Now for this, you could use the 2 metre tree straps that we sell, or you could buy your strap by the metre. And if you could want really long ones, and just attach this end onto your hammock, and you've got full adjustment. Right, come back for part 3, and we'll cover the whoopee sling with the toggle method, tying the marlin spike, and that should conclude our video series on hammock suspension. Catch you in a minute, guys. Hi folks, Matt UKhammocks. Part 3 now. First of all, we'll cover putting the toggle into your tree strap for the marlin spike hitch, and then we'll go on to the whoopee slings and attaching them to the hammock. So the first part is putting in the marlin spike hitch. So I'm just going to zoom you in so you can see this up close. And once you've done it the first time, okay. So the way that I best find is place your finger in the cord, pass the webbing strap up, and then grab a bite through. Now my finger's creating the toggle, so we replace that with your aluminium toggle or hand carved wooden thing, bit of old tent peg, anything you've got, and that creates somewhere for us to attach our whoopee sling. We have a whoopee sling here. This whoopee sling is living on the edge. This is made of the 1.75 Samson Zingit. It's a £400. I slept with these last night and I didn't fall on the floor, so I'm quite impressed. They work very well. So the whoopee sling itself, the first piece you have is the fixed brommel, which is a small fixed eye at one end. You come down from that and there's a small berry, and then you come to the piece where your adjustable eye slides through. Now your adjustable eye is all this piece here. Let me open this up so you can see. So you've got maybe 8 or 9 inches here of a berry, and if you pinch the top and pull this, you're pulling all this through, and you're actually going to make the loop smaller. So first of all, I'll show you how to attach it to your hammock the right way around, and then we'll show you how to attach it to the toggle in the strap, and then we'll go through the rest of the procedure of adjusting up and down. Okay, so here's our hammock, and we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did in part 2 with the cinch buckles. Place the hammock onto the cord, reach through the loop, so reaching through, and then you're just going to pull the whoopee sling through the eye. We've got a piece of brash going in there, and just pull that through. So what you end up with is just a loop, and that gathers up underneath the gather of material in the hammock. And then the first bit you come to is the adjustment, and then you've got your big eye. Okay. Toggle. I find it best to turn it so that you've got the two lumps on the outside, not showing on the back there. Place your big adjustable eye over the back of the knot. What you don't want to do is put the cord so it sits over the toggle. The toggle is just there to support the knot. The toggle isn't there to support your weight. So you place, and the actual, see the whoopee sling will disappear behind there, and the stress is taken up on the knot of the toggle, and also the knot in the webbing rather than putting any stress on the toggle. So that's as attached to the tree. We then come down this end, and we take the, let me move backwards so you can focus in on this. So we pinch here, and we're just going to pull, and you can see that my hands are getting closer and closer towards the toggle. And we just make sure that that's milked up nice. If I zoom out a little bit, you'll be able to see that the hammock now has been raised up. And if we wanted to release the whoopee sling, maybe we cinched up a little bit too far, you just pinch this piece and do the exact same in the reverse. So you're just going to make the eye bigger this way. Now adjustment is that easy. Yeah, you don't have to put any half hitches in this to secure it. Once you've set it here, it works like the old Chinese finger traps. The weight of your body on the cord constricts the cord on the inside of the berry. So it's just like a constant brake pad all the way down. And it's a perfect fit. So there you go. That concludes part 3. That's the whoopee sling with the toggle and the marlin spike hitch. At the bottom of the video, underneath in the comments bit down here, I'll put in a link to another video that shows a little bit clearer of how to tie the marlin spike hitch, just in case you didn't catch that the way I tied it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.